Central Hill Estate. 'Twas a shining example to the nation of forward-thinking modernisation, carefully designed with people in mind by the Sternstead-Hollandby combination. Balconies, gardens in the specification, protecting the trees a stipulation, built to encourage community occupation, wrapped around its hilltop location.
And Lambeth Labour Council has robustly decided that it doesn't make any financial sense for our residents, for our constituents to have any homes. That's how robust I am. We're going to have to demolish this place robustly, according to our robust financial analysis. I don't know why you're laughing. Just you wait and find out.
I think you're working for Savills.
I've never worked for Savills in my life.
Oh, yes, you have.
Oh, no, he hasn't. This is Ted Knight. So tell people who you are.
Well, I used to be leader of Lambeth Council back in 1978 to 86, at the time when Thatcher was cutting back on local authority spending. And here in Lambeth we decided that we couldn't make the cuts that were demanded, and we refused to make the cuts. And as a consequence of that, we beat the government on that. They conceded, and then they came for their revenge, and they brought 31 Labour councillors in Lambeth before the High Court. They fined us nearly £1 million. They removed us from office for 5 years, and we were sacrificed, as it were, by Thatcher. But a consequence of that, however, was no cuts were made in Lambeth, and the Lambeth electorate, then working class organisations, then voted in a bigger Labour council as a consequence. So that was our relationship with Lambeth.
And I suppose what Lambeth are doing now is not standing up to the cuts.
Well, the government, what Lambeth currently is doing is conceding all the way. In fact, they regrettably do believe in austerity. They believe that the present government's policies are correct, and therefore what they do is they rationalise the explanations. And here we are standing in Central Hill Estate, where they are now carrying forward again government policies at the expense of working class people.
And so what would you think about alternatives to say that we don't need to demolish, or what are the consequences of this kind of
Well, what we found here is that there is yourselves,
Architects for Social Housing, ASH.
And what I knew as ASH has actually provided an alternative to the council's position, whereby in actual fact people can retain their houses, and they can be improved, and people can stay there and live their lives. What will happen if the council goes forward will be people's lives will be disrupted. And I am now reaching an age where I have a great deal of sympathy for the older people, because the older people here who've been sitting around in their homes, building their families, having their friends and community, are now going to be disrupted and pulled out of it. And they will die as a consequence of that situation. And that will be deaths on the hands, and the blood of those people will actually rest with those who are now forcing through these changes. And the Lambeth Council has a big responsibility in that. And what you have done is provided an alternative which people can see is workable and will preserve the community. I think you're doing a great job, and I've heard that you're also helping the various estates throughout Lambeth and also outside of Lambeth. I've just come from a pensioners' parliament up in Blackpool, which covered the country, and I heard references to your organisation there, which were very good and supportive.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. What do you think the ASH designs would, compared to the other designs, what do you think is what do they offer?
Well, it seems to me you don't have to demolish the whole estate and ruin people's lives, and the Hash's proposals, you can get actually probably more new houses on here without destroying the community. And also, if they built the new ones, I don't think they'd get that many more houses on here anyway. You know, so I think the hash thing's brilliant, really.
So, I mean, basically, what you've got here is, I mean, you've come up with an amazing set of designs that have got the buy-in of the people, largely, and I mean, the effort that's been put into it, and the detail, and the fact that there's been so much thought and consideration to take care of the original design and layout of the estate is just absolutely awesome. And you know, hopefully we can see sense and we can get these implemented. That'd be the ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think in terms of talking to people? What are their fears about what might happen in terms of their homes if they do go through complete demolition?
Well, I mean, you can see the way passions are here. You know, people are petrified about losing their homes. There's a lot of people that are completely resigned to the fact that they're going to lose them because they've seen it happen time and time again across the rest of London.
Yeah.
But you know, in terms of, there is a core of people that do believe that we can fight and that we can protect their homes and the community that we've got here, which is an awesome community.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hopefully that we can get behind these proposals.
Yeah.
Choose adaptation and modification. I offer this for Lambeth's consideration. In 1955, you wouldn't uproot trees. In 2016, you would uproot communities.
That's amazing. Yeah. Ready? Come on. 1,
That's
2,
it. Are you ready?
3. Off we go. Say Central Hill.
Say Central Hill Community.
Yeah.